libe o kwesịrị unu nwe mkpe wụsị alụkwụkwọ anyị ebe anyị anaghị eje why ga-ekere unu ọ dịghị ife ọnwụ wee ekere unu
Anya mere refuse.
that's all right
If I buy on nothing.
okay
I'm the Chocataga one, you delegate your different. And therefore, for so the devil is you. What the devil in the nine in the cartoon and dog. And the weather, I am a question. A man, all the people will be a man. I'm a question. Is you for your dear. Never never was about the human rights. But on an enemy, what they have phone. And the Shineke in a cow, a creator will carry a warbia. If I warbia, what they have for what they have from their state. What they have from National Human Rights Commission of Nigeria.
okay
Before the work by running well. Before the was you know half a well. Almost always you could hear me. Car. So,
Well, he will on your bender, on your cookie to my You were.
Cow can be a can of okay. Yes, or Carapan of one patrol. Isn't to be a can't yes, a hen, you know, where is you could I never leave? And all them Kaya Beka Friday. When there's a half year,
Including on your neighbor.
including on your rebel. Maka said, I took a time with the henna. It goes here,
yes
it goes here, your decade to the ample. I didn't want to. But someone again, Barry. I want the city. No, you ever shall let me do any matter. Only the assistance, only the support, no one. Even any handy behalf will see him. I want to kiss him. Like an device, another phone you ras. No, we need a canal. I want to help us a person on your bonyeze. Yeah, a Jokulu village head. That's a bull, yeah. Chinya Yaj. I won't know yet when I can.
No, what depend on you.
India need a canoe or half your hand on half your.
Yes.
What or if we hear them. Man, I'm willing to make that sacrifice.
I would let.
Because when I came to Akano Hofia, it was because of the kind of complaint we received. That was in 2019. We received more than 18 written complaints. Because if you come to our office to make a complaint, we normally ask you to write it. Some will write, some will not write. The ones written we take to be very, very serious. So all those things they have said here, false imprisonment, harassment by the police, malicious prosecution, torture, inhuman, degrading treatment, using the police and their so-called formed vigilante group. They got some group of, I call them his foot soldiers. I don't like calling them vigilante group because it is confusing when we think about what vigilante is and what those people are. They are foot soldiers. He gathered some very lawless youths, unemployed. Some of them that were armed robbers from Aba and other places. They came to Akano Hofia and occupied, armed, looking for people to kill, terrorizing and harassing everybody. When we got these complaints, the first thing we did is that we conducted a preliminary investigation. We have our contacts everywhere. There is no community in our Abia State now that will bring a complaint from that community, and we will not have a phone number of somebody we will call or somebody we will send to that community to tell us exactly what is going on there. It was after our preliminary investigation. Our investigators came to the office to tell me, Madam, you've not had anything. what these people told you, all these things they wrote here, they are just nonsense. What is happening in that community is terrible.
Yes.
Then I go to them, I told them, I will come to your community. Those people were coming, they were telling me about Ezogo Korokore, Eze Onyirembe, and above the law. That is Mbodo. We were confused. So the first thing we did was that we went to the Abia State, the Secretary to Abia State Government, and then we asked them, we are going to visit a community known as Akano Hofia. We want you to tell us who is the traditional ruler of Akano Hofia. And they told us that it's Eze Onyirembe. So when we came to Akano Hofia, we first went to the Eze's palace to pay obeisance to him and to find out from him what is going on in his community. When we came, he actually complained to us. He raised his own complaint. He said that they've taken away his signpost and every paraphernalia outside that you used to know that this is the SS palace. Mbodo and his foot soldiers took everything, seized, and they said that Onyirembe must pay obeisance to them before they release those things. I said, what? Anyway, we finished discussing with Onyirembe. Onyirembe told us a lot of things. His driver was there. Unknown to Onyirembe, the driver is a spy of the phone. And if I have the opportunity of talking to the Ezes of Ohofia, I will tell them this. It's very important that they know who is serving them. Mbodo planted a spy on Onyirembe, and that was his driver. Before Onyirembe coughs, the driver will call Mbodo and tell Mbodo, Onyirembe has just coughed. At times he won't even say the correct thing. You know, he will add it up. You know, somebody that is being paid to give information. So while we are with Onyirembe, after we have said everything, after Onyirembe has listened, you know, we were in sympathy with him. We told him, okay, we'll see what we can do. At least, it is not right that people will be coming, all those things that Ezes put outside their palace, there will be none that will identify. To tell you the truth, when we are looking for Onyirembe's palace, they were directing us to Mbodo. Yes. Some people from Akano Hofia were asking us
to go to Mbodo.
I said no. Even though I've earlier sent a letter to Mbodo, telling him that we are coming. I said before I will go to Mbodo, I'll first of all see the Onyirembe, the heads of the community. So when we finished our meeting with Onyirembe, the person we wanted to see next was the so-called PG. I'll call him so-called, if you forgive my language. Don Emeka Emery. That was when I discovered that Onyirembe's driver is the spy in Mbodo. Our vehicle developed a problem. So Onyirembe now asked the driver to take us to Emeka Emery's house. Because we told Onyirembe that we are going to Emeka Emery's house. Within that short distance, there was nothing bad, any kind of terrible information you can give on a person that the driver did not give on Onyirembe to us. Told us not to mind Onyirembe. Onyirembe is a foolish man, that Mbodo is the person that is holding this community without Mbodo. I pinched myself. You were there?
I was there.
I said, okay. We went to Emeka Emery's place. We waited for him for 45 minutes. Emeka Emery, that was the PG. And you know that the PG is supposed to work with the traditional ruler. The PG that should be working with Onyirebe, he was not in Onyirebe's house when we went to Onyirebe's house. We met Onyirebe with some members of his cabinet. The PG was not there because that is where we expected to meet with him. But because he was not there, we now decided to go to his house to see him. We went to his house, the PG was not there. We were calling him on the phone to come and meet with us. He said he's not going to meet with us outside Bodo's house. It was that bad. When we waited to him and we knew he wasn't coming, we went to Bodo's house. Bodo was there. There I met a man from Akano Hofia, Uncle Ole Ekpa. He used to live with us in Enugu. He was a professional colleague of my husband, my late husband.
My classmate in the secondary school.
Ah.
I went together in UK.
He was a professional colleague of my late husband. Both of them were quantity surveyors. So I knew him through my late husband. So I met him. I was glad to have seen him. So I greeted him. As after my husband, I told him that the man is late. So he poured some libations for him and we started discussing what we came from. I told him, because I forwarded the complaints. Mbodo now said that you said 18 complaints, but what I have here is the ones you attached is about 8. I said yes. I attached just 8 because they are a repetition. The others just talking about individual experiences they have, talking about the same thing. We don't have that kind of paper and that kind of money to go and start photocopying the same thing and just to show you there are 18 complaints. So we started talking. Emeka Mary was there. They said their bit, and after they've said everything, in short, he had no excuse for what he was doing, sir. Your Royal Highnesses, the only reason why he was doing what he was doing was that he has no job, he has no pension, he has no farm, he has no workshop, he has no shop, he has nothing, he has no source of livelihood. His only source of livelihood is preying on the people of Akano Hofia. That is simply why he's doing what he's doing. Anything.
I think I was just going to say
anything that he's going to do to create crisis, to make people to contribute money.
To do that.
For him, he will keep some, he will give some to the law enforcement agents. That is it. That is his job. Is making trouble, collecting money from the people, and spending some. That is job. Automatically seeing him, where he is, the type of person he was, and the few times I've seen him, he's always drunk. I don't know if it's that his character or if that's the way he behaves, but to me, my interpretation of his activity, the way he behaves, that he staggers and slurs and things like that. So I said probably this guy has a drinking problem. I may be right, I may be wrong. So we talked. After we talked, I told them, look, what I've come here to do is see how we can build peace in Akano Hofia. Yours is not the only community in crisis. There are a lot of communities in crisis. But at least when we come in and we try to reconcile things, the supporters, we are going to have what we call town hall meeting, where everybody is invited. He said, okay, that he will be there, that people will be there. I said, that is very good. He started complaining about people not paying, not giving him respect. I told him, you are not the government-recognized traditional ruler of Akano Hofia. In short, the government of Abia State knows nothing about you. You are not recognized. Right. He said I've insulted him. I said, okay, sorry, sir, if I insult you. But let's still have our town hall meeting. So the following day, before we went for the town hall, I went to visit Ezogo Okoroko Ole. We met with Ezogo. Ezogo told us his own bit of the story, told us what happened to his children, how they wanted to kill his daughter, how that the Piripi was there, where the Piripi used to be. But they organized some ruffians and planted the story amongst the women, and the women foolishly, I will say foolishly, without looking for their Piripi where it used to be, foolishly started going to wherever they went to. Okay. He told us these things, and he told us that he doesn't want bloodshed in his community. Though Bold has been pushing him to do that. That he's holding his youth and that he'll keep holding them because he doesn't want bloodshed in his community. That he is the Ezogo of Akano Ohafia. And if there's bloodshed in Akano Ohafia, what will he tell the ancestors when he meets them? That while he was Ezogo of Akano Ohafia, he allowed blood to be shed in Akano Ohafia. I said, okay, thank you very much, sir. We are going to have a town hall meeting. Will you be there? He said, no, I will not be there, but I'm going to send a representative, somebody that will represent me. I said, okay. So we left. We slept in Ohafia that day, because by the time we finished, it was too late for us to start going back to Mali. The following day, we came for the meeting. I pleaded with Akano Ohafia people. I told them, look, all these things you are complaining about did not happen in a day. It happened over time. Resolving this problem will not be today. It is something that will happen over time. I told them that Mbod is not a government-recognized traditional ruler, and that what he's doing
He's not a traditional ruler.
He's not a government recognized. He may be a traditional ruler if he says he is, but he's not recognized by the government. Therefore, that he's not. That he's just a Ezogo. In our place, we call them Ezemo. They work, they assist the traditional ruler. We call our traditional rulers Iwe.
Yes.
They assist the Iwes. Because some of the Iwes may not know about our traditional festivals and things like that. The ones they do not know because they are the oldest and well versed in the tradition of the people. So they act as consultants to the Igwe. You don't even know they're there. They will tell you when Igwe is confused. They will tell you when we ask them, for instance, when are we going to have our New Yam festival? Yeah. They will do the calculation. They will tell the Igwe, this is the day we are going. Igwe will now come to the community and announce it. Unless you are very close to the palace, you wouldn't know that we have such people. We call them that name. In some places they are called Onyishi, because we believe they are very old, they are very mature, and that they are honest. It is always the oldest that takes that position. So I told the people of Akano Ohafia, what is happening in your place is not strange. Because some of them are saying those hoodlums that he was using, that the time of old Ozeogos are gone. The time of old Ozeogos are gone. I told them, the Ozeogo actually has no job, really, that needs physical strength. The Ozeogo has no job that needs, he's not going to farm. He's just there to be, you know, when he's consulted and advised. He's just there to advise people. He said that, no, they start making noise. I said, okay. We heard it. I pleaded with the people of Akano. I told them, look, what we are going to do is that National Human Rights Commission cannot make peace for you people. You people will make peace for yourself. Then he has fixed the levy, and they say he normally does that. He said that every man in Akano Ohafia will pay 1,000 naira. Every woman will pay 500. I told him, you cannot do that. The people will not pay. He said they've already agreed to pay. I said, okay, since they have agreed to pay, let it be voluntary. Those who want to pay, let them pay. Those who do not want to pay, leave them alone. I don't know if anybody paid later on. I don't know. So, when I said that, oh, the man got so angry, he stood up, he was shouting, how am I going to take care of my community? How am I going to build the roads, put electricity, pipe on water, do this, build skyscrapers, and all what not? Then I told them that one of the complaints we are dealing with is that since Don Emeke Mary's ESCO became the PG of, there has been no account. They've not rendered any financial account. And they've been collecting money. They've been collecting gifts, they've been collecting levies, they've been collecting all sorts of money from the people. You have not accounted for the money you are giving, and you're asking for more money. If you